Usual path to the games this year. How hard was it for you to train, and just get in the right mental state for just the unknown?
Yeah, I definitely think that CrossFit lived up to its name, where we were really getting used to the unknown and unknowable, whether we're even going to have competition or not. I think that there definitely was some tough days there where we were training, but we didn't really know what for, or if there was ever going to be a competition. Everything was just kind of on a standstill, but you still needed to obviously stay fit and stay healthy. And so that was really, really important. And I think that we've been able to execute that to the best of our abilities. And yeah.
So what did you think of the test?
Yeah, I thought that it was a very interesting way on how Dave and his team had programmed. I think that it was quite smart in the sense that you could get the community together and allow people to be able to do workouts that we all are so known in our sport. And so, especially with everything that was going on in the world, there's just so many things.
They're going to need you in like 2 minutes for
the
live broadcast.
I'll just finish off this one. But yeah, so when it came to the community, and there was a lot of frustration, there was a lot of uncertainty, there just really was a lot of unhappiness. And to bring that around and kind of come together and celebrate what our sport really means to us, and bring it together and kick the games off like this, I think that they were great workouts. And they had their little spins off where it was still a challenge fitness-wise and strength-wise. The right people will eventually come to the top and will be able to move forward to the next thing. I wish the whole field could actually go and experience the CrossFit Games at Aromas, but unfortunately it could only be 5 and 5. And there was some different tests like the handstand holder and stuff like that. I thought that they did great. There was a lot of variety too.
Did you have a favorite event?
Yeah, what would my favorite event have been? You know what? The 1K row. Yeah, that row was a huge... That was like a really good satisfaction that I felt after that. I think that I've worked really hard on my rows, and when you compare, myself to the rest of the field, there's a lot of females that can, pull a very strong row. And, I'm pretty strong, so I should be able to pull, you would think that I should be able to pull the same as well on the rower. And, I think that in past years when I look back on my performances and I, want to pinpoint things that I want to focus on and stuff, I needed to really learn how to hurt on a rower. And I've definitely been doing that this season. And, it's a combination of like seasons past as well, it hasn't just clicked off something this season, but I've definitely kept that work up and kept pushing. And then to be able to hit a solid row was a really, really great feeling for me. It hurt. It really hurt, and I think I had tears in my eyes at the end of it. But it was great. Have
you had a chance to watch Khan's video yet of him after his row? Get a chance, watch Khan's. Was
he vomiting?
Oh no, the adrenaline went away really quickly. He was excited about his row, but it subsided really quickly. So it's a shout out to you, Khan.
He's a good guy.
Yes, he's great, a legend. So you and Matt, obviously training at Calf Killer, or doing the events at Calf Killer. Was there a favorite event that you stopped and kind of just like, this is my favorite event watching Matt do right now?
Oh, yes. Great question. I'm really glad that you asked. It would have had to have been the first one. Whoa, like to see a human being just annihilate a workout with ease. And then when the results came out and everything, like as soon as he finished that, he didn't even look puffed. Like it didn't even hurt him. And we knew that, wow, like that was solid effort. Like that was uncomparable. and then we seen the results, and he like demolished his field. For me, I was just like, that was something very cool to watch and witness, and I knew like it brought tears to Shane's eyes. Like it just was something that was very, very cool to witness, and it just goes to show how much of a dominant athlete he is, and to be able to see that I was very pumped.
Let's flip that. Your favorite moment out of competition from this weekend involving Matt?
Oh man, I don't know. Because there's always so many great laughs that we have. It would have had to have been a moment where he like come up and give me a fist bump like before a workout, and it was just like, give it hell, you know. Like they're special moments that no one else knows what we're going through except for the two of us. And you know, we have like Shane and O'Keefe and Sammy, and like they're our people that are constantly around us and showing us support and stuff, and they're going through something that we don't even know. But when you're physically going through the exact same thing and you're about to endure it, that's what's so special. And to have someone right there being able to experience the same thing, it's really cool.
Were you leaderboarding at all?
Not really. Like I was very aware of what was happening on the leaderboard, but personally, like at the end of the day, like we have no control about it, and I actually really enjoyed not knowing for ages, because it was like cool. Like I'm literally training and going, pushing myself, and learning so much about myself in somewhat of a competition environment, but not having to worry about Joe Blow and what they did and how they did something. I think that was very unique. It really brought back the whole open experience. Yeah. Did you communicate with any of the athletes, or you just kind of just shut down and just you and your crew? Yeah, no, I just shut down. I want to respect them and their private time, and like I don't want them thinking like I'm contacting them because I want to know what they've got or whatever. And we're competing against each other, so like we're enemies in a way. As much as I really want the girls to put out their best foot, like I just want to respect that space. But at the very end, when it was pretty apparent that Brooke was going to come second, I called her up and I was good. Girl, you better party hard tonight because you deserve it. And I'm very, very proud of her. Yeah. I was there in Nashville, and so I got to see all that. So, it was great. I'm so proud. So this is the second time you've done, I guess, an online competition at CrossFit Calf Killer. Yes. Talk about CrossFit Calf Killer. What's so special about that? Oh, wow. So what is really great about that gym is I could literally rock up and they would drop everything and be like, what would you like? What do you need? And they're so accommodating. Their whole community, like, because Matt and I have had to go and train there a number of times, get used to the atmosphere, the equipment, everything like that. And they have been nothing but so gracious, so generous in everything that they do. And they are just so passionate about CrossFit and fitness, and it's really, really cool to see, because they do stuff with kids and your adults, and it is just really awesome, and what they've been able to do and welcoming us into their community, especially when I literally was out to dry. I didn't know what to do, and they just had their arms wide open for me. That was unbelievable. And then, like they literally will, like normally class comes before everyone, right? When you have an affiliate, and they will, like they respect their classes and their members completely understand. And it's actually their members that are like, no, we don't want to touch anything. But we'll come in on Thursday, and they did the same thing with the Rogue Invitational, and they will, like we're setting up and making sure everything's ready to go for the following day of competition, and they will not do their classes on the stage floor. They will go outside and make do with what they got outside. And to me, I'm just like, oh, no, it's completely fine. Like, we're finished now. Like, you guys have the whole space. And they're like, oh, no, we don't want to touch any tape on the floor. We don't want to dirty anything. And I was like, whoa. Like, they're just so accommodating and very, very nice people.
That's what the community is about, isn't it?
Oh, it really is.
Yeah. Talk about, 7 workouts probably within 36 hours. Talk about how important recovery is during that time.
Yeah, recovery is so important, especially when it comes to competition, and really you're demanding so much from your body that I can do a very intense workout and still feel fine afterwards, but it's the 4th event that you start feeling the repercussions from the first one, and eventually the more and more you do, the harder it is to recover, right? So if you're not feeling the body, if you're not doing the necessary body work, things, so whether you're jumping in the sauna or the ice bath, like whatever it is, I know I personally love taking baths, like magnesium baths and stuff. It's just those little 1%ers that just go a really long way, and really help the body to recover for the following day. Because I know when you get up the next morning, you're feeling a little bit sore and stiff. It's just like your body, even though you're so used to doing so much work through training, the intensity is a lot higher, and there's definitely a little difference when it comes to that.
So we're done with the online portion. Going back to Cali.
Finally.
So obviously you competed at the ranch in 2016.
I did.
So
very cool experience.
How do you prepare for the ranch? How do you prepare? How do you train?
Yeah.
What does Shane? How does he prepare you for that?
I think honestly, you probably have to ask him. I try and stay very far away from the programming, because I think I'd be very biased in my programming. But for the ranch, you've got to prepare for everything and anything. This is the CrossFit Games, and Dave wants to find the fittest on earth, and so whatever he wants to test us, you have to be ready regardless of whether you've done it or not. And so it is literally, we've done competition now, and we can have all these interviews, and we can have a nice beautiful dinner and treat yourself, but come tomorrow it's back into the gym and training. And so the job's not done, and I'm excited about that. If anything, it's motivated me this weekend more to just get back into the gym and work on those little things that I thought I'd covered that showed up during the weekend. I didn't win every workout, so I have a lot of work to do, and I'm really looking forward to it.
So you're here with Matt and Sammy and O'Keefe, and you watched the live show. The leaderboard came out. What popped out at you when you saw that leaderboard? What stood out?
I have a very stacked field. I think that when you look at the 5 ladies that have qualified into the next stage, and I really don't want to forget the ladies that haven't made it, because they deserved every ounce of recognition that anyone can give, because they actually made the CrossFit Games themselves, and they put in a phenomenal weekend. But the ladies that did actually qualify for the next stage, they're going to be hard to beat. And I'm it's a very stacked field. They're very strong in certain areas, and I think it's going to be a battle.
Anything you want to say to your fans and supporters? Go ahead and.
Well, thank you so much for all the wonderful messages that you've all been sending me throughout these last few days, and especially the weeks leading up to it. Even if I don't actually reach back out to you, I am seeing it. And it is very overwhelming in such a great way. It's very humbling, and I honestly have to keep pinching myself every day, thinking like, wow, 6 years ago I would never have thought that I'd be receiving messages from people thanking me and constantly trying to motivate me to keep going. So thank you so much to everyone, and to all my proven fitness guys out there. Keep up the hard work. Shane and I are so overwhelmed with just all your results that you guys have been showing. You're really putting in the hard work, and everything that you guys are setting yourselves out to do, you're going to achieve them. So we're very proud of you and keep up the great work.
Thanks a lot, Tia.
No, thank you
Best
so
of luck
much.
in California.
Appreciate it.
All right.